What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. First of all, to all my subscribers, I hope you guys had a happy Easter. Now we're going to talk a little NFL on this video here. Carolina Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey signs a 4-year, $64 million extension, which makes him the highest paid running back in the NFL, surpassing the previously highest paid running back in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. McCaffrey had a breakout season last season, man, where he ran for 1,387 yards and passed and caught receiving yardage of 1,005. He had a 4.8 yards per carry, and the guy did it with basically not a franchise quarterback taking snaps under center. You know, early in the season, Cam Newton played, and he was obviously not the same as he was trying to battle through injuries. Probably shouldn't even been out there on the field, and he wasn't nowhere near the 2015 MVP Cam Newton. Therefore, he was taken over by the backup running back Allen, the guy that played at Texas A&M before transferred to the University of Houston, a guy that was highly recruited out of high school but failed to live up to the hype in college and in the NFL before, the point of last season when he came in behind Cam Newton. Now, Allen had his moments, played well, but tailed off bad when teams got film on him. So Christian McCaffrey did it with, not an elite level quarterback at the position. And the guy was a true MVP candidate last season. I did a video during the football season. I told you that Christian McCaffrey was the best player in the NFL. A lot of people agree with me, and he is the number one player in the NFL based on what he did last season. Now, going into last season, Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle of the Los Angeles Rams, was the recognizably number one player in the NFL. And going into this season, based on what Patrick Mahomes did in the playoffs and what he did the last 2 years when he was the MVP before last season, when he threw for 50 touchdowns, and this past season, he led his team to a Super Bowl in his second season as a starter for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's probably recognized, he'll probably go into next season recognized as the number one player in the NFL, the best player in the NFL. But I'm here to tell you, pound for pound, Christian McCaffrey is still to me the best player in the NFL. Now, he, like I said, you'll have an argument out of him, Patrick Mahomes, and you can put Russell Wilson in that argument, and you can put Lamar Jackson in that argument. It'll probably be the four that you can, you would debate who's the best player in the NFL: Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, or Russell Wilson. Those probably be the top four that you would name. But in my opinion, based on what he did last year, the guy is an unbelievable dual threat out the backfield, man. And he's just a great player, man. And he did it with no elite level quarterback, and didn't do it with no true number one elite level receiver for the Carolina Panthers. So defenses were focused on him, and he still produced great numbers. Again, 1,387 yards running and 1,005 yards receiving. A dual back running back. He's kind of reminds me of Roger Craig. You remember Roger Craig is a running back out of with the San Francisco 49ers on those great Bill Walsh, Joe Montana team. He had a year where he ran for 1,000 yards and received for 1,000 yards. But his numbers was not as high as Christian McCaffrey was as far as receiving. I think Roger Craig had a little over 1,000 yards running. I think he had a little over 1,000 yards receiving. But like I said, his rush yards were not higher than Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey ran for 1,387 yards, and Roger Craig was a little bit less than that. Now, the receiving yards were comfortable, I said, because I think Roger Craig might even have a little bit more receiving yards than Christian McCaffrey. But again, Roger Craig had Joe Montana as his quarterback. He had Jerry Rice on one side of the field, and on the opposite side of the field, he had John Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Then he had the great tight end Cross, the tight end. So he had a lot of weapons, and the defenses didn't go into the week of game plan and saying, I got to stop Roger Craig, the running back. Now they said, we've got to stop Joe Montana. We've got to stop Jerry Rice. That was the team's game plan, was to slow down those two. And Roger Craig, who was a great player, Hall of Fame running back, was a beneficiary of that. Christian McCaffrey didn't have that luxury. He was the focal point of opposing team defenses, and he still put them numbers up. And if he would have had above average quarterback that took snaps throughout the season, his numbers probably would have been even better than that. If he had a receiver that could take some of the defensive attention off him, that his numbers probably could have been that much better. But again, man, congratulations to Christian McCaffrey, guy that came out of Stanford University, put on a hell of a display in the Rose Bowl to vault him into the NFL, man, where he ran rush shot through, I think it was wasn't it the Iowa Hawkeyes? I think it was our Hawkeyes in the Rose Bowl, man. He put on a hell of a display, man, doing that, man, vaulting him into the NFL. And after a kind of quiet rookie season where he ran for a little over around 400 yards, a little above 400 yards rushing, when the offense was, tailor-made toward Cam Newton, he kind of had a quiet rookie season. He took off his second season as he rushed for over 1,000 yards. And then last season, like I said, he took his game to another level, being a dual threat running back, catching passes out the backfield and rushing for a 4.8 average per carry. So congratulations to Christian McCaffrey being the highest paid running back in the NFL. They took care of him early, and now they can go into this draft and get ready to focus on other things, other positions to better their time. But congratulations to the Carolina Panthers organization for doing the right thing and paying arguably the best player, in my opinion, the best player in the NFL, running back Christian McCaffrey. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man, about the deal that the Carolina Panthers paid Christian McCaffrey. And let me know if you agree with me that he is the best player in the NFL right now. Do you think maybe it's Patrick Mahomes? Or do you think it's Lamar Jackson? Or do you think it's Russell Wilson? Or you think it's another player? Let me know in the comment section what you think. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.